are back, ladies and gentlemen, after a couple of weeks off. I believe like maybe 2-3 weeks off. We are here. Pressing Matters has returned. I'm your host, Daniel Torres. Welcome to the show. This is episode 39. I am happy to be back on the show and talking with all of you. If you guys haven't watched the Plug Talk Sports live show on Monday nights, I will briefly again explain what happened and why we haven't had Pressing Matters in about 2 weeks. So if you guys didn't know, about 2 weeks ago on a Friday, actually a day after a Pressing Matters episode, on a Friday I got discomfort in my stomach. And it felt like gas discomfort, and I thought that it was just bad indigestion. And I took Gas X, and I went on about my day. Saturday, I was supposed to go to the Inter Miami game. I believe it was against Columbus Crew at New Stadium. And I was going to go with a buddy of mine. And I felt weird. I didn't feel 100%. And so I decided to stay home, watch the match at home. Trying to feel better. And after the match, I just still felt weird. And so I decided that I was going to go to urgent care and check it out. And I went to urgent care with the mindset of, they're going to give me something for gases and we're going to call it a night. Unfortunately, the doctor at urgent care started feeling my stomach. And when she touched the lower right quadrant, of my stomach, it was tender, and we both locked eyes at that moment, and she didn't say anything, but we locked eyes, and I could tell by looking into her eyes that something was not right. And so immediately she said, let's do a CT scan. So I did a CT scan, and again, I wasn't discomfort, but not serious pain. And so she comes back after a little bit of time, and she tells me, you have appendicitis, and we need to transfer you to the hospital, and we need to get you ready for surgery. And it's a Saturday night. It's nearing midnight at this point. So I was shocked. I was like, wait, what? What's going on? I have to do what? And again, I wasn't in severe pain because, the appendix had not ruptured. And so that's why I wasn't in that severe pain, but it was inflamed. And they told me, hey, it's better to take it out now that it's inflamed and it hasn't ruptured than to wait at some point in time and have it rupture. And then you're going to be in some very, very bad pain, which is dangerous. A ruptured appendix could be deadly. And so they did tell me, there'd be a way if you give antibiotics that it could heal the inflammation, but they didn't want to do that. They just wanted to go ahead and take it out and not have to worry about it anymore. So I got to the hospital around 12:30 midnight, and from there, I signed paperwork. They got me going on antibiotics, IV. I could not eat. I could not drink water. Which sucked because I usually like to, as I have here with me, I like to have my water with me at night, just relaxing in bed and getting ready for sleep. I like to have water, and I couldn't do that. So it was very dry mouth, dry lips, thirsty, but I was definitely getting a lot of fluids through the IV and, of course, the antibiotic. And, of course, as a hospital, I got some sleep, but they wake you up every darn hour to see how you're doing. So got down to pre-operation. They took me in at 11 a.m. It was a Sunday morning. This is my first surgery, ladies and gentlemen. So I got into the operating room, and they're blasting music. And I'm looking around like, what the hell is happening here? What kind of, that part from Willy Wonka where he goes, what kind of business you running here, Wonka? That's how I thought. I was looking around like, what kind of business you guys running here? And so I asked, obviously before the operation, got to meet the team and, talk to them a little bit, get to know them a little bit. So at this point we're talking and I tell them, like, you guys usually do this? And they're like, we got like 10 appendicitis surgeries today, so it's a chill, slow Sunday. So we like to work with some music in the background. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. As long as you focus, with me, like we're good. And so the surgery in general lasted 25 minutes. And they actually said that was all together with my preparation and whatnot. The actual appendix removal, the surgeon said that he took it out in 6 minutes. He took out my appendix. I woke up in recovery. I was very alert. They took me back up to my room. I was feeling fine until the anesthesia started to wear off, and I felt quite nauseous, and I had to puke once. And then I went back to bed, and I was very tired, and I got some food. I didn't eat a lot, but I ate a little bit, rested, took a nap. Then I got up, and I was able to walk around the floor that I was on. And from there, they're like, you can go home. Same day. I got to go home. And really from the next couple days on, it was just really discomfort kind of moving around in bed from the operation. There were 3 small incisions. It was just uncomfortable, and I had to take some ibuprofen for that. But then from there on out, didn't really have much pain. It was more of just the anesthesia wearing off and just a little bit of tired and grogginess and wanting to sleep all day. And even though I tried, I couldn't drive for the first 3 days, but after that, I tried to go out, and I did. It felt like I took so much energy out of me to go out. But here we are. We're 2 weeks later. I'm okay, and thanks to God, everything was resolved. I don't have that issue anymore. I'm 1 organ less. Really, I want to thank the team at Baptist Health for really taking good care of me. They really did. From the moment I got there, this was my first ever surgery, so you can imagine everyone telling me it's nothing, it's simple, but I was quite nervous and quite anxious, and it was great. They took very good care of me, everybody, and I want to. Obviously, it's not a huge, dangerous operation, but I would love to go back and thank everybody that helped during those hours, from the nurses, the anesthesiologist. And I'm going back tomorrow to meet the surgeon for a checkup, for him to look at the incisions and give an update of what I can't, because I can't work out for a month, and I can't carry anything more than 10 pounds right now. So that's where I'm at health-wise. But other than that, we're doing good. Personal news, picked up another opportunity, a partnership with a school that I went all of my elementary years to, and that is Florida Christian School. If you're in Miami, you probably know, South Florida area, you probably know of it. I will be doing all their public address opportunities for their sporting events. So that was new as of today, and everything's good. God is great. And we're here on Pressing Matters, going to have another great episode. It's episode 39. And as well, I need to talk to you guys about this, Prize Picks. So you guys go on Prize Picks, use our code, place your bets. Obviously, right now, we've got Major League Baseball. This is a soccer show. So we got Major League Soccer, and then, of course, La Liga and Premier League, European soccer, about to kick off. So please go to Prize Picks, download Prize Picks, and use our code PRK5RJFB5. And remember, as Jonka always says, bet responsibly. So please go ahead, bet responsibly, and use our code on Prize Picks. As well, we have a new partnership with the margarita brand, Rondarita. It's a great, great drink, especially on these hot summer days in South Florida and around the United States in general. So pick up a Rondarita, enjoy the golf course, enjoy the beach, enjoy the pool, or anywhere outdoors where you may be. Enjoy a Rondarita. And anyways, we're going to get into our first item of Pressing Matters, and that is the World Cup winner, World Cup player of the tournament, Rodri finally signs with FC Barcelona after a whole kerfuffle, should I say. If you guys don't know what that word means, look it up. Kerfuffle, that he was going to sign with Real Madrid, that Real Madrid was the team of his dreams, and he couldn't say no to Real Madrid. Who could say no to Real Madrid? But then Barcelona came calling, and he said, "No, I'm going to Barcelona because they fit more of my style." We see, obviously, new coach for Real Madrid, but in return, Jose Mourinho said, "Hey, listen, I don't want a player on my squad that is not sure about his decisions. And if he's not sure about Real Madrid, the biggest club in the world, then he's not sure about me. And I don't want a player that's not sure about me and or about this club." So I fully agree with Jose Mourinho's comments. Obviously, Football Club Barcelona, we know the financial struggles that they are going through and have been going through in the last couple of years. And they try for a 45 million bid on Rodri to Manchester City, and Manchester City absolutely laughs in their face. They said, your rival, Real Madrid, offered him 60 million on a guy that's very important to us who just won the World Cup, won best player of the tournament at the World Cup, and you're going to offer me 45 mil? That is a disgrace. Get that out of my face. And City laughed at Football Club Barcelona. What do they do? Which, honestly, it's brilliant. It's brilliant from Florentino Perez because he puts, and he did the same thing with Julian Alvarez. He puts the price, right? And if Barcelona's lurking from, behind to try to sneak up and take a signing away from Real Madrid, they're going to have to pay. And he knows the financial constraints that Football Club Barcelona are in. And so what does Barcelona do? They make another offer, which City accepts. 87 million for Rodri. 87 million, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get me wrong. Rodri is a fantastic player. He is a visionary in the midfield. He is a new generation Iniesta, a new generation Xavi Hernandez, a new generation, Busi. But 87 million? I know times have changed, but when Cristiano first transferred from Manchester United to Real Madrid, the transfer fee was 90 million. So are you saying that Rodri, who has won a Ballon d'Or, by the way, didn't think he deserved it? He had a great year, but I think that really was Vinicius Jr.'s year. Whatever. We all know how these awards go. It's a sham. Especially when it comes down to FIFA, which that's a whole other topic for another day. You're telling me that Rodri is 87 million? Again, love Rodri. Love what he did for Spain. Love that he helped us win the World Cup. But I don't think he's an 87 million player. Also, what is Barcelona doing? And I tell people, the people that run this club and management at Football Club Barcelona are morons. They have even trouble registering players. Joao Cancelo is going back to Football Club Barcelona from Al Hilal. And we see yesterday he goes in the locker room all pissed off because he couldn't go out there for a presentation because they couldn't register him yet. So what is management doing at Barcelona? Do they not look at their numbers? They already have a stacked midfield. So why are you adding Rodri to it? Obviously, Hansi Flick, with the departure of Lewandowski, you lose Marcus Rashford. They want that striker. Hansi Flick has asked Laporta for that striker. What does he get instead? He gets Rodri. Yes, they have Karim Adeyemi, Anthony Gordon, but is that really the true striker that you're going to want? Yes, on the wings, you've got Rafinha and you got Lamine Yamal, but they need that true striker like Lewandowski. Hansi Flick has been asking for it, and again, instead He gets Rodri into a midfield that's already stacked. They didn't need this signing. And I think they signed, which, again, is perfect into the hands of Florentino Perez, where they didn't need this signing, and they go all out and beyond with the money to get this signing just to make sure that Real Madrid does not have him. That is the mentality at Football Club Barcelona. That is why they're not the biggest club in the world. That is why financially they don't get ranked as the biggest club in the world, because they do not make smart decisions when it comes to finances all around at this club. And for Rodri himself, I got no word. You want to go to Barcelona? So be it. No player is bigger than Real Madrid. I guarantee you the reception you're going to get at the Santiago Bernabeu when you go there, it's not going to be good. You're going to get booed, my friend. Because you cannot lead on Real Madrid and then think you're going to get away with it. The fans remember. The fans at the Bernabeu, they're vocal, and they'll remember. So you're going to be getting whistles at that Clásico, my friend, at the Bernabeu. So prepare yourself. Especially that you said Real Madrid was the team of your dreams. It's not going to go down well for you. But I'm okay. I like the signings that Real Madrid has done this summer. Am I worried about Football Club Barcelona? To be honest with you, excuse me, there's only one Football Club Barcelona squad that I've really been worried about. Yes, have we lost? Yes, of course. But do the players on there, are there players that like scare me that I'm like, my God, we got to play Barcelona? No. The only Football Club Barcelona team that has scared me was Guardiola's Barcelona. That was, and listen, I'll give respect and credit when credit is due. That was the best Football Club Barcelona that I, in my life, have ever seen. With the front three of Pedro, David Villa, Lionel Messi, obviously the prime of Bussi, Iniesta, Xavi, defense of Puyol, Piqué, Vidal, Dani Alves, Victor Valdez in goal. Best Barcelona I've ever seen by far. It was that 2011 year as well. That's a team that I would say, wow, this is tough to play them. But now, and you add Rodri to it, yes, he's a great talent and already to a stacked midfield. But I'm confident and feel good of where Real Madrid is at. Now, we talk about another Barcelona alum, Lionel Messi. Messi, listen, you guys know I appreciate Messi's greatness. I think he's number 2. I don't think he's number 1. You guys all know who I think is number 1. At the end of the day, he's still a human being. He just lost his father, Jorge Messi, which God rest his soul. And God bless the Messi family. It's a difficult thing to do, to lose your father. And, it all makes sense from the World Cup to see his reactions, crying and being emotional every match. It makes sense. Which these scum of paparazzi were taking photos from the moment Messi's plane landed in Rosario, Argentina. And even at the funeral site, laying his father to rest, they're taking pictures and videos of him. You're a damn disgrace for doing that. And you have no morality. You have no soul. You're a disgrace to humanity for doing that. The man is laying his father to rest. Give him some damn respect. He is a human being. But he said, after that, he doesn't know how much more he has left in the tank. He comes back, which is just the amount of pressure is phenomenal. He comes back, coming off the bench against Club León. It's a must-win game for Inter Miami. They lose. It's a lot of pressure coming back. You go on to play Nashville, the first place team in the Eastern Conference, with a chance to go level with them at the top of the table. You start this one. You get absolutely destroyed by Nashville. Last night, they go to Philadelphia. He gets a goal. Phenomenal goal by Messi. But it's just not good enough, and it's 2-2 draw. And with a red card to Yannick Bright for a huge brawl at the end of the match. I'm going to say this. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I will say this. Do not be surprised that at the end of this MLS season, Messi says, I'm done. I don't want to play anymore. It won't shock me. I'm not saying that's going to happen. He could very well continue playing. But he looks tired out there. He looks tired. This team, which was built, we were told it was built this year to be even better than last year and to be able to win big titles. He still has to do everything himself. If he doesn't do it, if he doesn't create the magic, no one else will. And so it's exhausting. It's exhausting. So we've already gotten hints of his near retirement. But I would just go on and say that I won't be surprised at the end of this year if Messi says, this is it, I'm done, I'm walking away from the game. Will not be shocking to me. Which leads us to who I think is the GOAT. This news, which broke on Sunday, it was sad. And it hurt me. And obviously you know that day is coming. And I felt like my whole childhood flashed right before my eyes. Is Cristiano Ronaldo announced that this is most likely his last season when this season is done. Just got married to Georgina Rodriguez, his longtime partner, has kids with her. Wants to just enjoy life, travel, play paddle, be a businessman and invest. Obviously, his investment in Almeria, club in Spain. And just enjoy life. And he says that he wants to enjoy the rewards of what he has earned. And rightfully so. He deserves it, and he has rightfully so earned it. Every single second of it. Cristiano, all I can say is thank you. You inspired me as a 9-year-old kid to love this game, to become absolutely obsessed with Real Madrid, and to become obsessed with the game and to watch your YouTube videos for hours. And when I was still playing at the time, to wear number 7, to try your tricks, to try to get better, to be more like you. And everything that you have accomplished, from Sporting Lisbon, to Manchester United, to Real Madrid, to Juventus, back to Manchester United, now Al Nassr, and of course, the Portuguese national team. Everything that you have accomplished has been phenomenal. I do want to see you hit that 1,000, though. I would hope that you would hit that 1,000, then retire. To hit that record, be the first one to do it in history. I really would like that. But your career has been phenomenal. And I thank you for all the joy that you've brought me through my life and every single second of your career, and showing leadership, class, sportsmanship, how to lead, how to not give up, how to have mindset. We have learned that, I have learned that, and many millions of people in this world have learned that from you, Cristiano Ronaldo. So thank you. And it definitely, that last game, it's going to be emotional. I'll admit it. I'll probably cry. I will probably cry. It's childhood going away. I mean, I felt that same way when Dwayne Wade retired in his last game in the Miami Heat uniform. It was emotional. And so, again, all I can say is thank you, Cristiano. Last item on Pressing Matters. Is there any hope that Inter Miami will win a title this season? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are just down to 2 titles left for this club. Those 2 titles are the MLS Cup, which they are the defending champions of, and the Campeones Cup, which is the title up for grabs between the winner of Liga MX and the winner of MLS. They'll be facing Cruz Azul, who is also having another great season in Liga MX this year. Their goals this year were CONCACAF Champions Cup and then Leagues Cup second. They go out in the first round to Nashville. Nashville's had their number all year. And then they don't even make it past the 3 games in Leagues Cup. 2 losses and 1 win. This was a team that was supposedly built for success, but it's been anything but. And again, you're adding stars, Casemiro, Rodrigo de Paul, Messi, Suarez. Again, it's the same problem we've been saying for years. Where is the defense? Stop wasting money on players that I get. It's going to sell jerseys. It's going to put butts in seats. But we need a product on the field. The defense is atrocious. Rocco's Rios Novo. Oh, my Lord, how bad you are. 2 embarrassing blunders already in this season. We get rid of Mascherano. Here's Guillermo Hoyos, who continues to play Rios Novo. Finally, last night, St. Clair's in goal. So much money you spent on St. Clair, the reigning MLS goalkeeper of the year. You keep having him on the bench. He's probably gone at the end of this season if they don't change coaches again. I think their real chance is MLS Cup again. I don't think they'll win Campeones Cup against Cruz Azul. I think it's going to come down in the East. The way I look at it right now, Miami and Nashville. Granted, there could be other teams that step up and can take Miami out. Especially with Chicago's doing well with Lewandowski now. Orlando City has improved with Antoine Griezmann. We saw Philadelphia Union has improved a lot since changing coaches. We saw the battle they gave Miami last night. New England Revolution's another team as well. Obviously, Nashville kicked our ass. I think it comes down to MLS Cup. And if they don't win any titles this year, there needs to be a conversation from coaching to the players on this field to help Messi and to have a defensive structure and defensive players that can actually play and defend and not concede so many goals. Suarez probably going to retire. Messi, we'll see. I like what you got in Daniel Pinter. Obviously, Allende's injured. But Derrame, I don't know what's going on with him. He's got a really severe concussion protocol that he's going through. Yes, he's kind of woken up a little bit before that concussion. So, yeah, you keep him. Casemiro, you just got him, which he hasn't had a great start to his Inter Miami days. Rodrigo de Paul, I call him Rodrigo de Mierda because he's terrible and has been terrible since he's been on Inter Miami. Was terrible at the World Cup with Argentina. I don't know why we have him Again, because this is Messi and Friends Club. There needs to be, if there's no titles won this year, there needs to be serious talks around the coaching and for this team and the future of this team going forward. And that's going to lead us to our team of the week. Your team of the week is Arsenal. Arsenal, yes, the Gunners, North London. They beat Manchester City in the Community Shield to get their first title of the season. They looked good, and for so many years, it was whether Manchester City destroying Arsenal, United giving a tough task to Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, their rivals, Tottenham. Arsenal is finally doing well and thriving over Mikel Arteta. They just won the Premier League. They made the Champions League final. I know their goal is probably to win the Champions League and make back into the final again. But they're looking also to win the Premier League, FA Cup, anything they can. But they looked great. Honestly, they looked great again, and they're looking to start the year off strong. And they're looking, bar none, no injuries and whatnot, to have another great year and to be up there in contention for titles. And that is why Arsenal is your team of the week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude episode 39 of Pressing Matters. Once again, I am back. Thank you for all those who reached out and for your prayers. I very much appreciate it. Happy to be back with you all talking soccer. Don't miss tomorrow. We got Plug Picks with Janka at night and all of our shows here at the Plug Talk Sports Network. We'll see you guys next week for a brand new episode of Pressing Matters. Enjoy the weekend. God bless.